Hi, my name is Mel. I'm the pharmacist for the Australian Medical Assistance Team. I'm here to talk to you today about the recent experiences looking after the cruise ship evacuees in the Howard Springs Evacuation Centre. This was an interesting group to look after simply because it was an older group of Australians, and generally when you get a group of older Australians, they tend to have a lot of health conditions, and with these health conditions they generally have medicines that can be quite simple to quite complex, and it's really important that we get the medicines right. Usually, if we were working in a hospital, we would be able to go directly to the patient, see them, talk to them about their medicines, make sure that we know if they're having any problems, where they usually get their medicines from, etc., to ensure that we are giving them the best service and we are giving them the correct medicines. At the Howard Springs site, this was quite challenging. Because of the risk of the disease, the pharmacist was not involved in any direct contact with the evacuees. This meant teams who are going out each day to see the patients in their full protective equipment, which is quite hot and cumbersome, to, along with everything else they were doing, get a medication history for us and determine whether people had enough medicines or if they were running out of medicines or if they had any medicine concerns. The team would write this down on a bit of paper that would then have to be rewritten down to prevent an infection risk, and then this bit of paper was then given to the pharmacy team to determine what the correct medicines were for supply. There were a whole heap of problems with this because we did need to contact the patients to double check, to find out where their usual medicines came from, to talk to their doctors, to ensure that we were giving the correct medicines. Because of these challenges, it meant that the medicines were not able to be supplied on the same day because we needed to go through all of these checks. If the pharmacist was embedded in the team, this step would have been much easier because all of those checks would have been done in person, which is much easier than trying to call someone at a later date. To overcome these challenges, we needed to bring in extra pharmacy staff and work quite long hours in calling all of the patients and then their GPs and their pharmacies to firstly clarify the medicines and then to actually dispense them and then to send them out to supply them. If we wanted to do any counselling to the patients, we would have to ring them again to give that counselling, as opposed to a normal situation where we would actually go out and see the patient. This was different to the deployment on Christmas Island, where the pharmacist was able to have patient contact, limited patient contact, but was able to get this information.